Hello, friends. It's me, Dr. Janet Roark, your essential oil vet, and I'm here for our regularly scheduled Ask the EO Vet Q&A. It is St. Patrick's Day, hence all the green. If you're not wearing green, be sure to pinch yourself for me, because I do like to pinch people who are not wearing green. Okay, so what um what I have going on for you guys today. Let me go over a few quick announcements before we jump into questions. So we have quite a few things going on this week. One is that essential oil BOGO sales are starting tomorrow. And so they're extremely good. This particular session, you'll actually be able to get all of them all at once, or certain ones. You can kind of pick and choose which ones you want. And they have a couple of free gifts depending on the size of your order. So it's a pretty good deal. I'm going to tell you guys all about it tomorrow morning. So stay tuned. I'm not going to get into it a bunch tonight. Because you can't actually order it yet. You have to wait till tomorrow morning. So I will be going live and telling you guys about those and posting about it tomorrow so you can share with your friends and family if you need some essential oil products in your life. So that is the first one because that's kind of time sensitive. The next one is the Truth About Cancer in Pets webinar. Is an exclusive essential oil vet membership webinar. So if that's something you want to watch, you get it for free by joining the membership. The membership is not free, but it's very low cost. It's either $27 for a month, or you can get save a little bit by ordering 6 months at a time or a year. Now, you are not obliged to stay. Okay, you can just come for the month and leave if you want to. That would make me really sad, but I get it. It's like you're like, I don't want a membership. It's scary. Even though you like literally have like 20 TV apps probably. I know I do with like Netflix and Hulu and ESPN and like all the things that my husband likes to watch. So but I think it's cheaper than that. It's only $27, but you're not obliged if you don't want. If you're just like really anti that, that's fine. You can just come for the month, watch the one webinar, ask some questions for a couple of weeks, and then leave. You don't have to stay, so it's pretty easy to leave. We don't ask any questions or anything like that, and you can just like don't check auto renew if you don't want to stay. But that is in the membership. That's Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So you want to sign up before then if you want to come live and ask questions and things like that and interact with me live. And then the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is, to get into the membership, I think you can go to this one, go.essentialoilvet.com/member-webinar, or you can just go to essentialoilvet.com/members. Okay, that's another option to get in on that. Goodness, it's super awesome. Everybody in the membership loves it. So I'm not going to just like not give you guys good stuff. You guys know that that's not what I'm all about. Okay, the last thing, that was last little announcement I wanted to just remind you guys, because I don't think I've really announced it yet, is that our next animal aromatherapy class is actually coming up in the middle of April, I think April 15th. So if you want to, if you've been like, oh, I really want to do the animal aromatherapy class, just so you know, right now an early bird special is going on, and you can get all of the challenges that I do for a year in addition to your class for free, which is like I think $450 value, as long as you sign up by April 1st. So if you've already signed up, don't worry, you're included in that. But if you haven't signed up yet, sign up by April 1st so you can get that extra bonus. And you all will also have an opportunity to sign up for level 2 at the biggest discount I ever offer it. Okay, it's just like insane how low my level 2 is, because the level 2 is a full year of weekly mentorship. So that is really awesome. I loved. This is my absolute favorite thing to teach. I don't think I'll ever stop teaching it, but I only teach it a couple times a year. So get out on that April group if you want to. It's a good time to do that. April 15th is when that one starts. It goes for 6 weeks for level 1, teaching once a week, and Q&A kind of office hours that are mandatory, that you watch it at least, because there's a ton of information we cover during that I can't cover during the teaching time. Those are on Thursdays, and you don't have to come live. You can watch the recordings. If you're not in a time zone that's amenable to watching it live. And we've had people from all over the world take this class and just absolutely love it. So essentialoilvet.com/animal aromatherapy if you want in on that one. Okay. We have a few great questions tonight that I want to get to. If you're live and have a question, make sure you pop it in the comments. Also, make sure you let me know where you're coming in from and what essential oil you're using today. If you're using one, I am using a plethora of Deep Blue because I fell off my horse yesterday and it hurts a lot. I don't bounce like I did when I was in my 20s, guys. Okay. So our first question is from, it's okay to laugh. It's okay. I don't mind, guys. I don't mind. I never said I was rude. I'm a better vet than I am a horseback rider. Okay. And we're trying a bunch of new stuff and it just, some of it didn't exactly work out the way I had hoped. All right. So Hope says, what are your favorite oils or blends to repel fleas in dogs? Hope you're on live. I'm so glad because I'm answering your question. So my favorite oil or blend to repel fleas, if it's a single oil, it would be cedarwood. Really great for cats. Now, there's a blend called Terra Shield that doTERRA has that is an amazing blend for repelling fleas. If you want a little extra added boost, you can add things like turmeric or geranium. Actually, it has some geranium in it for extra tick repelling. But it's a really great one for fleas. It's already diluted, and you can dilute it a little more if you want to. And it even comes in a spray bottle already made for you. So that is a blend called Terra Shield. If you need to order that, give me a shout out. I'm happy to help you out with that. But it's really, we are starting to get into the springtime, and that is a really great one. Also, I have a really great free opt-in for you guys. It's a free PDF with how to prevent and treat a flea infestation. So if you want to grab that, it's totally free for anybody who wants it. essentialoilvet.com/fleas. Go ahead and grab that today. And it will put you on my email list. You can opt out of my email list if you want to, but I do just send like recipes and tell you guys what's going on if you want to join any of the, free stuff going on as well as paid stuff going on. And I also give great testimonies and stories and things like that. So I don't try to be spammy. I really don't. I don't like it when people send me a million emails a day. So we send, 1 or 2 a week. Unless we have something really exciting, sometimes then it's 3. But yeah, that's my email list. I know a lot of you are on my email list, and I appreciate you guys so much. All right, the next question is from Dana. Cytopoint shot stopped working or is not working on my 4-year-old Shih Tzus, itching and licking. What essential oil might help with the itching? He eats science diet lamb and peas and carrots, sweet potatoes, or other veggies. So there's a few things going on here. If the Cytopoint's not working, it's probably it might be something that is dietary related as opposed to environmental. Okay. And lamb as a protein source from a traditional Chinese veterinary medicine perspective, when we're talking about food therapy, is an extremely hot food. Okay. Just like from, from a Chinese medicine standpoint. So lamb, venison, those types of foods, extremely hot and can make a dog that's red and hot and itchy even worse. So feeding a cooling food, I go over this in my nutrition webinar in the membership, which you guys get access to if you join the membership, by the way. Then, cooling foods are things like whitefish is cooling, rabbit is quite cooling, duck is cooling as far as protein sources. So I just want to say, whenever I see lamb and red hot itchy dog, I'm like, red flags, it's all the red flags. So changing the diet is probably the first thing I would recommend for this particular dog, since you mentioned what he was eating. But you're asking about oils, and of course I'll give you that answer as well. So cooling oils can potentially help you doing a light, super diluted light peppermint and lavender kind of mist on that could be really helpful. Just 10 drops and 20 ounces of of a cool water. Aloe vera can help a lot just topically with that, but you can also give aloe vera, small amounts of aloe vera juice internally. You can just get that at most grocery stores. It's just like pure aloe vera juice, and just make sure it doesn't have any like xylitol or any sweeteners or anything in it. And that is kind of where I would start. But the great things that help with itching and licking, rubbing chamomile and lavender are my top two. Frankincense, copaiba can help with the inflammation and things like that as well. Our next question is from Kelly. What oils can I diffuse around my cockatiel? So cockatiel is a kind of bird. It's a smaller bird, and we have a really, really good safety guide for you. If you don't have that yet, Kelly, I can give you for free. And that is, I'm looking for it, sorry, essentialoilvet.com/pet safety. essentialoilvet.com/pet safety, and you can grab that free safety guide, which has a whole page just on birds and diffusing around them. The biggest thing with diffusing around birds is that they have a very large, pretty advanced respiratory tract. So they have air sacules and they have lungs. And so those air sacules are very, very thin membranes. So they're a little sensitive to airborne things. That being said, their olfactory system is actually very poor, and so they actually don't have a super great sense of smell. So you can actually diffuse around them. Just stick with 2 to 3 drops in your water-based diffuser. You might not want to put your diffuser right by their cage, and then making sure that they're gentle oils. I try to stay away from arborvitae with those guys, or super, super hot oils. But most of the time they do pretty good as long as you're not diffusing too many oils at one time. They do great with citrus oils, floral oils, those sorts of things. They really do really well. The most important thing, though, is that you're using pure, unadulterated essential oils. And that is the hardest thing to do, because 80% of actually more than 80% of the essential oils on the market today are actually adulterated, even if the companies don't know that they're adulterated. It's pretty scary. So do your research, make sure it's a really good brand. That's the most important thing. And then kind of go from there. Okay. Let's see. Our next question is from Janice. Janice says, I have a 6-year-old Staffy with hip dysplasia. Is there anything we can use for pain and discomfort? So my fellow essential oil veterinarians and I actually have talked a lot about musculoskeletal pain, hip dysplasia, senior dogs especially. And we all agree that copaiba internally, turmeric internally, and the deep blue polyphenol complex capsules, especially for a larger dog like that, are excellent. You can also do frankincense internally as long as we'll eat it. And I actually do all of those internal. Just make sure you're grabbing one of the bottles that has a supplement facts label on it. So you guys see that supplement facts label? Make sure it has that on there. So you want to make sure it's safe for internal use. Okay. So as long as it says it's safe for internal use on the label, then you're going to be good to go. Those would be the ones I would start with. And I might actually have, let me look real quick and see if I have a freebie for you guys for that. I'm not seeing one quickly. I thought I had one for old senior pets, like a senior pet one, which has a lot of good information for. Oh, I don't see the link handy. Okay. Our next question is from Marty Jones. How do I stop my cat from pulling her fur out? So there's a couple of reasons that cats do this. One is stress. This is what most veterinarians will tell you, and it is usually an instigating factor. The second is digestive health. And this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but more people need to talk about it, because a lot of animal behavior is related to the gut neural axis. So some people call it the gut brain axis. Is kind of a hot way of saying it right now, common term. But it really has to do with like the connection between the digestive tract and the brain. So it does affect behavior, and an unhealthy gut can lead to a lot of problems. And I see fur barbering by and large, if not all of the cats I've ever seen are on kibble. And switching them off of a kibble to a wet food, preferably a raw food for cats. They do really, really well with a meat-based raw food. Most dry foods have corn and things in it that cats do not eat. They're obligate carnivores, and we need to give them a species appropriate diet. Okay. Again, I covered all of this in my nutrition webinar. So it's one you definitely want to watch, Marty, in the membership if you're already in there. If you're not in there, it's worth it to join just for that because it's going to help your cat so much. So almost all of these cats I've helped with just changing their diet over the course of the next 6 weeks or so. They kind of stop doing it. And then, of course, your stress relieving oils, because a sad gut also is stressful for a cat. So, your calming blends, you can actually use the kids calming blend on the ear tips. You can diffuse lavender, Roman chamomile, serenity. Balance is excellent for cats. It's already diluted. Petitgrain is good. Just kind of like whatever smells you like, but your cat likes too. So those would be some good options for you. There's definitely more than that though. Jackie says suggestions for a cat with congestion, not responding to antibiotics. Not surprising, because most cats with congestion, it's not bacterial. It's usually viral. And so, antibiotics don't work against viruses. I don't know. I don't know why somebody, anyway, nothing against your vet or anything. Probably wanting to prevent secondary bacterial infections or something like that. But lysine is really good for these kitties, and you can also diffuse respiratory support oils like cardamom. Very, very safe for cats. I like to use Air X by doTERRA. Very, very safe for cats and super, super good for all kinds of things. Melissa, extremely good for this sort of thing with kitties. Just diffuse a few drops in the diffuser. Getting a humidifier in the area can sometimes help, especially if you live in a very dry area. But cardamom is probably my number one for kitties. I'll often use a little bit of lavender in there too, in case there's an allergy component. Springtime being a lot of inhaled allergens happening this time of year too. Okay, well, let me see. I think that is all the time I have for today, you guys. But I will be on tomorrow as well to go over the BOGO deals that you can get with our essential oil sale that's going on. So stay tuned. I'm going to go over all of them in one day. I might highlight some throughout the week, but I'm pretty much going to focus on tomorrow and giving you guys like the full spiel. I'll probably go live and do it, as well as doing a post, like a combo thing, depending on how you like to learn or how you like to share information. So stay tuned, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.